Okay, so continuing on, this is part 4 of my review of all the cards from the Kingdom Death Gambler's Chest expansion. So I think I'm in the final stretch here. I've got the gear cards to go through. So this is all the new gear that comes with this box. So this is, equipment and that you can, all the weapons and things and armor that you can make from all the new monsters that we're introduced to. So, and there's seed pattern gear that's totally new as well. So let's have a look at this. Rawhead bandana. So we were looking at that. We saw in the previous video, we saw that they had those seed pattern cards, and those correspond to these gears. So if you can achieve the prerequisites of one of those seed pattern cards, you can make this seed pattern gear, which is cool. Increase your personal survival limit by star. Sprinter helmet. And then you get this gear, and that's part of the unique, what do you call them? The special armor sets. And so you combine these things all together, and you start making extremely powerful hunters, survivors. And of course, because this game, your survivors die all the time. That can be passed down to another survivor. So a lot of the strength of your settlement is held within this stuff, the knowledge that your settlement has and how they apply it and the gear that they're able to make. And you need, this is some just normal gear that you get from different places. So that's here's one from the Chorosium, and there it is, a Spear of Life. Okay, so Blood Drinker. So these ones will be from the Crocodile. Oh no, it just says pattern. And I remember seeing these before. Yeah, all these pattern ones. Violet Phoenix Gauntlets. So these are still all pattern ones. Blood. They call it a blood chibuk. And I like that the Smog Hunters provide you with lots of gear that's sort of just musical instruments. Very, very deadly musical instruments, such as a hammer flute. No, it just says ham flute. Harpy harp. Peace dagger. I like that. That sounds nice. A dagger of peace. Pipa, razor cymbals. You can really, so you hunt those smog singers enough, you can put together your team of battle bards, which is, it's crazy how unique it is. Depending on which monster you concentrate on hunting, and your luck with what you recovered, what you learned from those hunts, completely change the whole character of your settlement and make some very, very different and unique characters, and that's really cool. All right, here we have some more. So, as you're going, you encounter these new monsters. You have to make a settlement location that will exploit, what those monsters give you. Like, you need a kingsmith to make stuff from, the bits and pieces that you get from killing a king. So what's this one? The Chorosium. I don't know. I think that's... yes, that might be from the Smog Singers. Blood Compass Lantern. This will be the Crimson Crockery. So anything with blood in it. Blood Glass Cleaver. And I've seen lots of different versions of this artwork. So they sent things back to the drawing board many, many, many times. So this is all from the Crimson Crockery. And Crimson Croc provides this material called Blood Glass, which sounds pretty, cool. Crimson dress. And a lot of fingers. The crocodile has a lot of fingery stuff that you're able to harvest. Crimson Guard, Crimson Helm. See? Little fingers on your hat. Very handy, fleshy fingers on your armor to absorb those monster attacks. Crimson Slippers. Crockbone Hammer. Trusty Crockbone Hammer. And Crocodile Eyes. Can't have enough of those. Finger Darts. It's like just darts. Attack them with those darts. I don't think they're very tough. What are they? Two? 7+ to hit. I think that's accuracy. That's not great. And there's that cipher language. I don't know what that is. You have to break the code to know what these things are called, but it doesn't matter because you can still make and use them, it looks like. Fortune Lantern Crace. So this is coming from the Gaming Gazebo. So that would have to be something you get from your interactions with the gambler. And, there's settlement events and things as well that give you access to stuff and innovations and knowledge. It doesn't all come from the hunts. Like there's that other phase, the settlement phase, where you also learn things and improve your settlement. It's actually where you do all your settlement improvements is during that phase. But you also, there's events that happen. It's just sort of a random draw this big card, and this settlement event occurs, and it can significantly change the way your location acts. It's usually it's the way that introduces new huntable monster quarry. So here's some rare gear. These are these green ones. The white ones are starting gear. So the rare gear we have. So of course, like an elf hat. I'm guessing you're only going to get that if you're fighting the Atnus. Child of Lightning, Death Crown, Hostrux the Gloaming. So it's Lantern Festival MIDI, Lantern Festival top, Lucky Cloak. So rare gear, I guess, is either hard to make or you can only find it. It's possible that some of it is just stuff that you can luck upon. You're probably not ever going to get your hands on all of it. This is the way this game tends to work, I believe. All right, and here's the starting gear. So starting gear should be like a cloth, vermilion belly boots. Vermin belly boots, bloody cloth. So this is some new starting gear. The basic starting gear that you have in the base game is like just a cloth and the founding stones, which are the sharp pieces of rock that you use to fight the lion with. So I think you would just, as I said, you need the base game to play the Gambler's Chest. The Outskirts. So this is stuff that comes from the Outskirts, which is a settlement location. Blood Pack, Disguise Kit, Grimjaw. So I'm thinking the Outskirts is what you need. Yeah, it has to do with stuff that you make for your scouts. The scout system is another new system where you can add sort of a 5th member to your 4-member hunting group, and that member can either participate in the hunt, giving you 1 extra person to fight with, but putting all of your gear at risk, or they can you can just use them as a scout to sort of mitigate the danger of the hunt. And this is from the meal. Okay, lantern sausage, seared beast skewer. So the cooking is another new thing. Like they've added a lot of stuff with cooking, which kind of makes sense. Like food is and cooking is one of the main pleasures in life that we have, and you take out all the other sort of entertainments that there's no TV, no video games, no board games, but you've got food, and so that's something that people would spend a lot of time getting better at. And they've got a lot of weird things to eat as well. So that's the world that they live in. Death King Gauntlet. Death King Greaves. So this armor, if you can get all this stuff, is incredibly powerful. You might have to kill the king a couple of times to do that, though. Because the king is a monster. I think it's not a unique creature that you can only kill once. I think it's you find one, you kill it, and you go looking for another one, you kill it, and you kill enough of them, you'll get enough stuff, enough items together to build that armor, which will make you pretty close to an indestructible killing machine. All right, so these are the new. This size card doesn't exist in the base game. So what is this? Opportunities. Something. These are to do with the. Oh, these are to do with the Bone Eaters, the encounter cards. Analyze muscle. So these are things that they do. Critical wound, blood map, and mood. So like little, it's like a little mini AI battle deck. Opportunity, counter. Analyze muscle. The Bone Eater silently studies your movements. Oops. The Bone Eaters finally study your movements, appraising your strength and flexibility in loud calls. It loudly calls out in harmonious tones from deep within its throat. The Bone Eaters have learned more specifically about you. For the rest of the encounter, any wound roll, not wound attempt, total of 3 or less that you make is an automatic failure. That's cool. Critical wound. The monster cannot counter at the end of this attack. Your attack fragments the Bone Eater's tough eyeball. Hanging from the socket, the prismatic colors of its iris are dazzling. The Bone Eater is knocked down in shock. Okay, cool. Blood map. The Bone Eater carefully aims its scalpel, tracing your cardiovascular system in the air. It performs basic action targeting you. Tripling the speed. The monster cannot draw any additional opportunity cards from this attack. Cool. All right. So, is that it? Nope. There's a few more cards. I'm really close. So there's these ones which are Scout Discoveries. These are just dividers. Yeah, so we don't need to look at those because they're just blank. So we have Scout Discoveries and Settlement Events. So Scout Discoveries are new. These are things the Scout can find. Nest of Beards, Rock Eater, Crystal Fireplace. And then you get to roll a die on a chart, and it affords you different things. And these are some new settlement events. And these are sort of the things that can randomly happen. Murder, Skull Eater, Birth, Death, First Crimson Day. So that's like the start of the game. That's the first card you do when you've killed your first crocodile and found your settlement. Mysterious Eggs. Oh, that doesn't look good. Lamplighter. What is it, a werewolf? Ballad of the Butcher. Ballad. Shapes in the Darkness. Velvet Fog. Okay. So that's it. That's all the cards from the Kingdom Death Gambler's Chest expansion. And I'm actually kind of exhausted going through all of that. So if you've got this one in the mail and you haven't seen it, or you're thinking about getting it, I haven't had obviously an in-depth look at any of them. There's just too much. But if you want to see something more closely, or you have some comments, please leave it in the comments below on any one of the videos. It'd be good if you left a comment in the video that has the card that you're interested in. If you've enjoyed these videos, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the little notification bell button that lets you know when I put a new video up. And was there other ones? Yeah, so it's going to be a while before I get to play this, but when I do, we'll be doing a review on our podcast, Hot Game Magnet, which is the hotgamemagnet.com. We do a board game review about every 2 weeks. We've been going for a while now, so we've got over 130 reviews up right now. You can find us at our website or Facebook or iTunes or Spotify, and it's a nice thing to listen to sort of decide on what games you might be interested. So thanks for sticking through all the way to the end. If you're upset about any spoilers, super sorry. I think on the first video I said spoilers. I'll put it on all the labels, spoilers. So don't. I hope you haven't watched this video not wanting to learn what the cards are, because that's what you've just done. Otherwise, thanks for stopping by, and I hope to make more videos for you all very soon. Have a lovely day.